Does your team still process sales orders manually? Does your company still offer one-size-fits-all career development to its employees? Does it take too much time to answer supplier and HR-related inquiries? With SAP Artificial Intelligence, these are the things of the past, as you can transform every aspect of your business. At this year's SAP TechEd, the Artificial Intelligence Track will help you learn how to benefit from ready-to-use AI in your core business processes for finance, HR, and supply chain. We'll show you how to configure AI in SAP applications such as SAP S/4HANA, SAP SuccessFactors, and SAP Concur. Learn how to train and integrate your own AI models with SAP applications using SAP Business Technology Platform. Ready to realize your potential with SAP AI? Join us at SAP TechEd in November. We hope to see you around, virtually or in person.
Hey folks, Rich Heilman here, Developer Advocate, SAP Devs. So really big news this week. The SAP S/4HANA 2022 release is now available for SAP S/4HANA Cloud Private Edition and for on-premise customers. So what does this mean? This means that we now have the modern, upgrade-stable, and cloud-ready ABAP cloud development model available in all major ABAP environments. Our friend Boris Gebhardt released a blog post this week, which gives us all the details and attempts to answer some commonly asked questions as well. Boris also links to the newly released extensibility guide for S/4HANA, which Thomas Schneider announced in a separate blog post. Check out this guide to find out how to create ABAP-based extensions on any of the supported ABAP environments.
Can you believe it's almost the end of our third annual Devtoberfest? A really special developer-focused event for developers, by developers. A technical gathering that didn't even exist 3 years ago. And now it has thousands of views online of all the great sessions that we had, participants competing to win prizes, doing lots of tutorials, and also having fun on Fridays. And I want to recap a few of the highlights from each week, while also encouraging you to read all 4 of the weekly blog posts that our team put together that outline all the activities, and you can still watch these activities on replay. But remember, the points earned for doing activities will not count in the contest when it closes at midnight Pacific time on October 31st. That's what I call a happy Halloween. But before I highlight each week, I want to take a moment to recognize the hard-working developer advocates, SAP community members, the speakers and presenters, our executive sponsors, as well as the back office technical associates that helped us pull off this amazing online event. We couldn't have done it without all of you, so really, a heartfelt thank you. Now another shout out is to you, our audience. As Thomas Young pointed out, we, in the beginning of week 4, had 40 participants already reach Nerdvana, which is level 4 to qualify for the grand prize. And as of Wednesday, a little birdie told me we're going to have over 70 people that have reached Nerdvana. So later, we'll see where you end up and who wins what prizes. Good luck. But really, I feel like our team is full of winners because you, our community, were all so kind to join us. Now on to the recap. 5 days a week with a subject a day. ABAP for Mondays, UI on Tuesdays, Data and Analytics on Wednesdays, Low Code, No Code on Thursdays, and of course Cloud Native on Fridays. Along with Fridays having a Fun Friday event. This was a new format for us this year. Let us know how you liked it. On week 1, we had an ABAP session on RESTful ABAP programming model. Data and Analytics featured machine learning. Low Code, No Code had 5 sessions this first week. And then on Friday, it was Pettoberfest, our first Fun Friday activity, where you got to post a picture of your pet on social media, and then you got a great community badge, my favorite badge of the entire Devtoberfest. On week 2, we had Tuesday UI sessions on Fiori app creation. Wednesday, Jürgen Mueller, SAP's CTO, joined us and he chatted with a Q&A of past Devtoberfest winners. Another busy Low Code, No Code Thursday that was followed up by Friday, having a cloud native session on Kima called Day 2 Operations Part 1. And then we had, of course, a fun trivia event on Friday that week. Week 3 started off with ABAP and Carl Kessler and DJ discussing the evolution of ABAP. UI5 had sessions focusing on clean SAP UI5 as well as testing of your UI5 app. Thursday, Low Code, No Code focused on process automation. And then Cloud Native went with part 2 of the Day 2 Operations with Gaurav, a great 2-part session that people really enjoyed. I had a session after that on the basics of containerization. Finally, on that Fun Friday, we had a flying money game, as well as gaming night, with online participants watching and playing together. Week 4, we had the Beginner's Guide to the ABAP RESTful Application Programming Model. UI5 had 2 great sessions, one from Marco and another from Peter. And then we had some low-code, no-code sessions that showed us SAP WorkZone. Cloud Native had a session on apps that had Cloud Foundry as their runtime, as well as a cap on Kima that Jamie Cawley presented. And our final Fun Friday was the team chatting about an oversight that they may have done in their past programming or overall experience in their career called How Did I Not See That? Such a great session, so much great content. What a great year. I can't thank you enough for Devtoberfest Year 3, and I want to see you next year. Goodbye.
There are more documentation sets coming to the Open Documentation Initiative. This month we saw the onboarding of the documentation for 2 of my favourite SAP technologies, SAP UI5 and SAP Fiori Elements. While the documentation for Open UI5 is already open source and has been for a number of years, it's great to see the advent of the documentation for SAP UI5 and SAP Fiori Elements being brought into this initiative. So while browsing and learning from the great content, the documentation in the demo kit, you can now click on Edit in GitHub and enjoy the same experience that you have with other documentation sets in the initiative, in that you can collaborate with us to improve that documentation. Check out all the details in Oliver's blog post. I wanted to highlight a recent feature added to the latest released version of SAP's AppRouter. In case you're wondering, AppRouter in the form of a Node.js package at SAP/AppRouter is a very widely used mechanism that provides a single entry point for cloud-based applications that consist of multiple microservices. Version 11.6.0 of the AppRouter package released this week brings support for the version 2 of the HTTP protocol, HTTP/2. There's a new variable with which you can control and turn on this support, and when set, it allows the AppRouter to start as an HTTP2 server. Note, to take advantage of this, you have to set up Cloud Foundry routes explicitly with the HTTP2 destination protocol specification. HTTP2 brings a number of advantages over the previous version of the protocol, including speedier content delivery through multiplexing and header compression, and lots more. Read all about it in the package notes. Happy AppRouting.